What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here with another World of Warcraft video. And today I want to talk about some things that I've personally sold that are still making gold in 9.2.7 after the great merger, after the auction house merge, where commodities are no longer realm specific, but they are now region specific. So we've all entered into this sandbox together here. So I'm going to share with you some things that actually on my realm actually went up in profit. So the things I want to talk about here are I don't want to say that they're like necessarily easy. They are obtainable. This first one I'm going to share with you is probably like the least obtainable right now, but it is or has become a big part of gold making for me. And so keep watching because they're going to get easier, right? The things I'm going to share with you are going to get easier, more accessible and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do this first one real quick and get it out of the way. The first one we're going to talk about is the Vial of the Sands. So if you want proof here, right here, Vial of the Sands, sold it for, I think it sold it for like 46, but after the auction house cut, it's like 44.5K. All right. So let's look actually at the profit from this bad boy right now. So here is the Vial of the Sands, and right now, it is making almost 13K. Now I do have Oldham Accord rep at Exalted, so I get the discount on the Sands of Time and the Pyrium laced crystalline vial. If you don't have that, you can always get a goblin and you'll get that discount as well. But that adds a little bit over 5K, like almost 5,800, I believe, to the profit. So without that, I'd only be making like 7 or 8K. But with it, right here, I'm making about 12 to 13K, and it's got a 0.13 sale rate on that. So that sells really well. And yeah, so this is the hardest one I'd say to get because you have to do like a lot of archaeology, and the way that you go about getting it sort of sucks, and it's RNG. So if you don't already have that, then this probably isn't a good place to start. But if you do have it, it's doing well. And a lot of these other things I'm going to show you are doing well because they are still realm specific, but the materials used to craft them are now region wide. So the material cost has gone down and the price has stayed relatively the same. Another item here that I want to share with you is the Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat. So if you look here, this sold for 3,300 gold. Okay. And let's see. Let's pull this up. Alchemy. Now you can learn this in BFA. This is a BFA trinket. This is not a hard one to get into making. You want to get it like a rank 2 because it's less expulsum that way. Expulsum is sort of a pain in the butt to get. You either have to wait till World Quest comes up or like scrap a bunch of like linen bracers or something like that. It's not hard, it's just time consuming to do it that way. So I usually wait until there's like a World Quest up, and then I go do it, and I get like 5, and that gives me enough to craft one of these. And then if you get a rank 3, you can actually proc 2. So let's go ahead and make one right now, actually, and we'll see if we proc 2 of them. No, so I just got 1, but with the rank 3, you actually have a chance to proc 2. Let's go ahead and craft another one and see if we get the proc, because honestly, I don't use Expulsum for anything else. And no, didn't get the proc either that time, but we did just craft 2 of those, and we're gonna make almost 3K off of them because all it takes, Siren's Pollen and Riverbud and a Crystal Vial, like nothing. You could put a price on the Expulsum if you want. I think I just have mine at like, I don't even know, like 5 gold or something like that. So super cheap to make these, and they sell really well. I'm gonna go ahead and post these actually while we're here. So we're going to post these, and you can see some people are like undercutting, but it's not by a whole lot. So we're going to cut, we're going to just post there and do that. So we've got the Vial of the Sands, which is a little bit harder entry level. It's not really entry level, it's a little bit harder to get. And we've got the Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat, which for alchemy, you just learn it through BFA alchemy. Now let's switch over to my jewel crafter, and I'll show you some of the stuff I've been making going on with that. Okay, here we are on my jewel crafter, and let's look at a few of the things that have sold here. Um, Specifically the legendaries. Okay, so I'm not crafting all the legendaries. I don't even have all of them to rank 7, but legendaries have become worth it again on some realms for the most part, because 291 is as high as you can get still. You can't go any higher, and people are still pushing content. So, like on my realm, the Shadow Gas necklace is going for 23. Well, it goes for like 24K, right? And I'm making about 12K on that. And the only really way, let's see, to view that is we're going to come here. Let's just go, what am I doing? Let's go to TSM, wrong thing. Here we go. Jewel crafting, TSM groups. We're going to restock the selected. And then, so here's the 291. And if you look, I'm making 10K on that, right? Now, for a long time, this was only making like 500 gold, 1,000 gold, or something like that. But now, I'm making almost 10, 11K on the Shadow Gas necklace. And if you look, I sold 2 of them, one here and one here. So that's 20K profit right there. And these both sold the same day that I made them. So that's pretty good. Straddling Sage Agate. This used to be a huge gold maker for me. It has definitely died down a lot. But if we look here in the auction house, you just got to check, right? You could do the whole buy the osmanite and that kind of stuff. Or sometimes you'll get lucky and you can buy the Sage Agate for 177. And then, like right now, you can only sell it for like 200. So you're making, like 20 gold or something. But you're going to be making a lot more than that if you just do the osmanite. So still been selling those. Ruby Panther. I did just sell one of them today. Now, it is not anything that a lot of people recommend these, and they make good gold on them. I have sold 2 Panthers in the last 2 months, right? Cost 22.7K to make, and I sold it for like 25-ish, and so I only made like 3K on it, and it took forever to sell. So it was listed at 40 for a long time. Nobody was really buying them, so I dropped the price and just made what I could out of it. So legendaries. Legendaries are still doing well. Specifically, the jewel crafting necklace that I know about. That's the one that I've made the most on here. And that's going to be realm specific, right? Again, the prices have dropped because the commodities are region wide, but the prices, at least in my experience, have still sort of held for some of the non-commodity things like the legendaries. All right, let's check out blacksmithing and engineering, because I got some good stuff I want to share with you on there as well. Okay, so blacksmithing and engineering, I have one sale here that I want to share with you. This is the Mecha Bond Imprint Matrix. And as you can see, it's 18K in the box. Now let's see actually what that is. This is a Legion engineering craft as well. So right here, the Mecha Bond Imprint Matrix, we're making almost 18K off of it. It's selling for like 19 right now. And we're paying hardly anything for it. It does take 20 Blood of Sargeras. That's why you can't go out and get an infinite amount of those. Well, you can, but it's going to take you a long time. So I always do the world quests. Like today, there's a world quest up in Azeroth, in the Broken Isles, where you craft a Laystone breastplate and you get 5 of these, right? If you're a gatherer, you have a higher chance of getting these because you can skin, you can herb, you can mine, and that kind of stuff, and it has a chance to pop when you do that. So I am not, unfortunately, on this guy. But the Mecha Bond Imprint Matrix still making great gold. The wormhole generators, right? Look at these. These things are selling. I don't have any posted right now, but we're making 4 or 5K each on these. And then some other stuff, the mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, Swap Blaster. Yeah, so the depleted Kypyrium rocket, this is I believe this is Mist of Pandaria. Yep, Mist of Pandaria, and it's a mount. And you're making 15K off of it, selling for 85. This is on my realm now. And 85 is pretty low, so you're making like 15 to like 20, 30K on these, which is up from what it was before because living steel is down. Living steel was like 1200 on my realm for a long time. Now it's like 600, so that's definitely helped. So engineering still got some good stuff on there, right? Particularly old school engineering. Blacksmithing, the Corehound mount. Now this does take 50 Blood of Sargeras, and right now we're going to make 20K on it, but we're going to make like 18K off of the Mechabond Imprint Matrix with 40 bloods. So a lot of times the Mechabond is going to be better because you're spending 40 bloods to make 16K instead of 50 to make the 20K. But this is really easy to get. It comes from, I think, the Nighthold from one of the bosses in there, and it drops. I want to say it's 100%, but I'm not 100%. So everybody I've talked to, they got on the first kill now. So you can clear that solo if you're max level. Not a big deal. And then some more old school stuff. Phantom Blade, 8K. Tiger Blade, Frost Tiger Blade, 18K. So you're still going to be making gold on a lot of the stuff that you could have been making gold on before, right? So these are just a few of the items that I wanted to share with you. These aren't anything that I haven't already been selling, but these are things that are still selling well for me in 9.2.7. Now, if you don't have the recipes and you don't have the crafting and stuff like that, and you don't want to spend the time to get them, you could still do gathering. Gathering is still fairly profitable. The herbs, at least from my realm perspective, have not dropped a whole lot. They're still going for like 10 to 20 gold each. So like the Mara Root, the Widow Bloom, stuff like that, that's still going pretty decently. The ore has dropped a lot. A lot of the older ore and stuff has dropped a lot as well, but you could always turn them into bars and those kind of things. So the methods that I was using before 9.2.7 are still working. Some of them are even actually working better in the case of the mounts, which, by the way, I would spend the time to get some of these because you can make gold like going forward forever on those mounts and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing, still doing rather. 9.2.7 has not hindered me in gold making. It did have an effect though on some of the farms, like the skinning farms and stuff like that. Like Cleft Hoof was selling for 300, now it's selling for like 50 gold to 100 gold. So things did go down in price some, but there's still a lot of gold to be made using those old methods. So let me know down below what you all are still doing to make gold. If it's working out for you, how's 9.2.7 going? Good, great, indifferent. Let me know. Join the Discord. Thank you for subbing. If you're not subbed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video. Remember, it's just a game. Have fun with it. And until next time, I'll catch you all later.